Alright guys, let's have a little rant about the reptilian brain. It's the triune brain theory. There's 3 parts of the brain, and this is going to be as simple put as possible basically in this video. When selling to people, there's the 3 parts of the brain, and most people sell to that neocortex, the most recently developed part of the brain. It's essentially the biggest, but not the most powerful, okay? Then there's the mammalian brain, and then there is the reptilian brain, okay? Reptilian brain is the most automatic responses, the most powerful responses, okay? It has to do with fight or flight, okay? Survival and fear and sex, okay? Those are huge, okay? And emotion. Mammalian has to do with status and social and in-group type stuff, okay? And neocortex is logical and critical thinking skills. Most people sell to logic, and that's the front. It's the newest developed, not the most powerful, and it's not what makes us automatically just buy. Like, I'm telling you, man, what makes people buy is everything I mentioned here, and it's all below the surface stuff. Everything above the surface is the neocortex, and it's not selling very high to people, okay? Neocortex is the logical brain. It's great and all, and we're very grateful for it as humans, but the more powerful way to sell will always be the reptilian brain. So let's see right here. Basically, guys, let me tell you an example. If you ever looked at coronavirus or experienced that, I know you'll see this in the future when coronavirus is over or whatever. I'm telling you, I was studying the crap out of fear and stuff, just fear, during the time of the beginning of COVID-19, and I saw it happening in front of my own eyes. I was like, what the heck? And basically what's happening in that scenario and this scenario currently people are going through, and it's not horrible currently. I mean, for people, some people really suffered, I heard from it, and I could see that, and that's very sad. But what got people to wear masks is fear. And I mean the whole world's wearing masks, bro. Okay, the whole world knows about this. The whole world's wearing masks. It's like, what the heck? How can you get the whole world to do one thing like this? And it's annoying to wear a mask, you know? And people hate it, and people don't want to wear a mask type thing. But people do it because authority bias and all these things I talk about here in this program. Sales God. So, the reptilian brain by far is the most automatic responses. It's directly correlated to your retina, goes through to where your spine is, which is the reptilian brain. It's that okay type thing. And it's literally like the most primal freaking part of the brain out there, okay? And it's everything in sales. When you gear your sales presentations and messaging and your ads and your stories and everything to that, it's huge. So what really calls attention to the reptilian brain big time, and this is what I'm saying, it connects directly, okay? It's looking for threats. It's looking for ways to survive longer. It's looking for sex. It's looking for ways to acquire resources. I'm telling you, this is one of the craziest things to understand, because in sales, when you understand the brain, you get more sales than you know what to do with. And when you understand cognitive biases, it shortens decision-making in people. And when you understand mammalian brain, it crushes it. So let's say you're doing an affiliate offer. Every time the affiliate offer, no matter what, will sell logically. So your bridge page needs to sell the reptilian and the mammalian brain. You need to have status increases, association, and cognitive biases stacked like crazy. And you need to literally be selling fear in people. How do you do this? How do you talk to this reptilian brain so powerfully? Stories can do that very well if done right. But in general, knowing the audience of what you're selling to and knowing their pains and just literally, it's called, it's just, I don't really care what it's called because it's something most people won't remember anyway. But just looking in forums and looking inside the community of whatever niche you're doing, of the product you're selling, and a product that solves a pain point will always do better, because in your messaging, you can literally have messaging that basically agitates a huge pain. So you want to look at and go out there and find all these pain points people are having and apply that to your story, or just simply apply that to your messaging for your sales pages or presentations and all these things. You need to apply what they're saying and their pain points, which are very descriptive and amazing for getting you high conversion rates, because they're like saying their pain in descriptive ways. It's so powerful, because then it creates massive connection and trust because they're like, dude, this person knows what I'm feeling. Okay, now a great story format for selling stuff, okay, to especially the reptilian brain as a pre-sell for someone else's product or your own product, because logically it offers the logic. And everyone's selling the logic and the features and the benefits, man. I'm telling you, when you understand the reptilian brain, you crush it. You make more money than you know what to do with, bro. So how it works is you start with a character, you have a backstory, and the person goes through intense pain. The reptilian brain now, at that point, is like listening intently, okay, and watching and everything. Because the reptilian brain wants to help you survive longer. It wants to help you preserve everything that it wants you to reproduce and have great resources. It wants you to be healthy and strong. It mainly wants you to survive, okay? And when it sees or hears a threat or how to survive from it, this unconsciously will grab attention like crazy. So when it hears a story of someone, or it's you or someone who went through intense pain that's relevant to the pain that they feel and they need a solution to their problem, this is crazy because they're so enwrapped in this now. It's crazy. And look into niches that solve pain points, big time. Health, wealth, and love niches, big time. Work, every time. And then there's sub niches below all those that work, okay? But health can be very powerful because you can really go deep into fears. And when you go deep into fears inside your story, like people fear death, intense pain, intense sickness, intense injury, intense loss. Loss is huge. That's called loss aversion bias. But anyway, fear of missing out can be triggered at the end of your sales presentations always, which is scarcity and urgency bias, fear of missing out. That's huge, okay? But basically, you want to have a character who has intense. I mean, the more horrible the conflict, the better. And conflicts can be in health, wealth, and love conflicts. In a story, those are usually the conflicts someone can have. And the more horrible, the better. You'll make way more sales. And the more descriptive, the better, okay? And if you say what they're already thinking in their head, you're going to crush it. And then the solution to the person's problem, or it's your problem in the story, is the product you're selling or something relevant to it. And it creates an epiphany in the person's brain, and the reptilian brain's going off like crazy. And it's like, buy, this will help you live longer type thing. Like, it's like so automatic. It's like, you have to have this, otherwise you'll die type thing. Like, that's how the reptilian responds. So don't use this for bad. Leverage this to sell great affiliate offers, great stuff of your own offers. Leverage this in all areas. You will crush it, man. Okay? And then when you apply like status increases, status symbols, things like this, people will be they'll buy like crazy. There's this thing called crossing the chasm. Okay, there's a book about it, and there's different areas you can learn about it. Basically, a business can start off going up or whatever, but then it can actually flatline and even go down. Okay, the thing that crosses this possible chasm and makes you pass it is basically results and social proof and customers. Kind of. Mainly social proof is the one that trumps all for crossing the chasm. And things can accelerate through the roof. Okay, Apple did this. Companies that are huge did this. And what it is like, for example, people see other people, especially their friends or family, using the product is crossing the chasm. Big time. Now, this can apply, I'm sure, to digital products, but it mainly applies to physical products. Okay, it even applies to social media and people consuming content. If people are talking about your content or whatever to their friends and family, this can accelerate growth through the roof. It's so insanely powerful, I can't explain it. But in general, just sell to the mammalian brain, okay, which is the second one, and then mainly the reptilian brain, and have a logical, great no-brainer offer. But at the end of the day, the logic and the neocortex will justify the purchase the person made if they're sold in the reptilian, okay? Now, this is all unconscious. This needs to be not abused. This can make you a lot of flipping money. This has made me a lot of money. This is like my go-to stuff. So use it as you will, but use it for good, okay? This is a very powerful concept. I know you love this video. Let's keep going, baby. Peace.